Another doubleheader brings us to Hungary next, so it's time to focus on upgrades. The British Grand Prix was high octane. Lewis Hamilton won his home race for a 9th time, showcasing the W15's strong pace on low grip tracks. McLaren once again missed opportunities with the strongest package overall. Red Bull are trying to work their way up to the front, while Ferrari are confident of impending upgrades. To continue with this competitive trajectory, many teams are bringing upgrades, and I'll detail you all the information regarding these said packages, right from Mercedes and Red Bull down to Aston Martin and Haas. So don't go anywhere. Let's start this video with Aston Martin. The Silverstone outfit has a huge upgrade package lined up for Hungary. Sources report it as a close to a B-spec upgrade. At the season start, the AMR24 was a good car, but only a clear lack of downforce and high tyre degradation were its weaknesses. But ever since the team started to add upgrades at Japan and following it at Imola, the Aston car has grown weak. The high tyre degradation still looks to be in place, but the car has also become more unstable with the upgrades, as these upgrades have added downforce as expected, but has narrowed the car's setup window, making the car peaky and unstable at almost every instance. So, from Canada, the team started to mix and match upgrades with old spec parts to try and understand where the problem is and how to develop the car going forwards. At the British Grand Prix, the team reverted to the Suzuka floor and coupled it with a new front wing spec. The result was positive for the team, as the AMR24 was much more balanced and it was pretty competitive through the high-speed corners of Silverstone, indicating a step forwards. To build on this progress, the team will be introducing new bodywork, presumably altered side pods and engine cover spec, alongside a new underfloor specification at the upcoming Hungarian GP. This upgrade will be crucial for Aston Martin, as a step forwards here will confirm which development direction the team must opt for and also might put them ahead of the midfield cars. Next, let's focus on Red Bull's upgrades. Silverstone was another two-sided race weekend for Red Bull. Max finished P2 thanks to a calculated drive from himself combined with perfect execution from the pit wall, while Perez was yet again eliminated in Q1 and never made into the points following some questionable strategy. The team introduced upgrades surrounding the car's underfloor at Silverstone, making changes to the floor's body and floor edge. Both these upgrades, according to the team, were aimed at adding more downforce to the RB20. These upgrades were only fitted on Max's car, so looking at his weekend, we were not able to witness a performance gain. Moreover, both McLaren and Mercedes cars were faster compared to the RB20 in terms of pure pace. This has now opened up a three-way fight between McLaren, Red Bull, and Mercedes, depicting that Red Bull have lost their pace advantage and are also hitting the ceiling when it comes to car developments. So to make life comfortable for themselves again, the team will be bringing some new parts to Silverstone, confirmed by Pierre Vacher. The team is expected to debut some minor upgrades surrounding the underfloor to work on the floor upgrade they started back at Silverstone. Also, reliable sources have reported that Red Bull have a new front wing in the works, so that can make its debut at Hungary. According to these reports, this new front wing is a design inspired by the Mercedes and McLaren front wings. These upgrades are said to work in unison with the changes that has been made to the floor at Silverstone, smoothing airflow towards the car's rear, generating more load alongside maintaining aero efficiency. As for the team's prospects at Hungary, the circuit is referred to as Monaco with no walls, so there is potential for Red Bull to struggle here a little with some curbs and settling the car. But still, the RB20 should be a strong package. It will all depend on how they optimize their car and how rivals like Ferrari and McLaren optimize theirs. Next, let's focus on Mercedes upgrades. The British GP was another cracking weekend for the team, as Russell pulled off another pole while Hamilton pulled off a stunning race win, making it back-to-back race victories for Mercedes. Russell had to retire from the GP, but the team did confirm that they had to retire the car to save the power unit following a water leak within the power unit's cooling system. If not for that, Russell also was on course for a podium, which shows that the W15 is now right there in the mix with the Red Bull and McLarens. So to build on this positive momentum, the Brackley-based squad has two major upgrade packages lined up, and the first one is set to make its way to the Hungarian GP, confirmed by Toto Wolff. The Hungarian GP was one of the team's targeted dates to introduce upgrades right before the summer break, and the W15 out of the top 4 teams is still a car which is in its early days from an aerodynamic perspective. The W15 aerodynamically is based on a brand new design. So much evolution is still in place to happen. According to reliable sources, the team will be making revisions to the car's underfloor and will be introducing a diffuser specification alongside making revisions to the car's side pods, which I think is an upgrade which is due for a long time now. Hamilton recently revealed that the upgrades in Hungary will be a significant step forward and will make them much more competitive with McLaren and Red Bull over a wide range of conditions. Next, let's focus on Ferrari's upgrades. Ever since Canada, it has been a weird couple of races for the prancing horses. The British GP was a two-sided race for them. Carlos finished P5, while Leclerc once again endured a tough weekend, qualifying out of positioning and blundering strategy during the race. The team was conducting experiments during the free practice sessions, with Leclerc running the Barcelona spec, while Sainz ran the Imola spec of the SF24. The results were very clear. The Barcelona upgrades have added downforce, improving through corner performance, visible through Leclerc's low-speed performance, but is inducing aerodynamic porpoising around high-speed corners. Following these tests at Silverstone, Vasseur revealed that the data has pointed out the roots of this high-speed bouncing problem, and the team has updates lined up for Hungary and Spa potentially to work on this, which was the same opinion reflected by Carlos Sainz after the race. The upgrade expected is slight revisions to its floor fences, floor edge rear suspension, and possibly a front wing update. The suspension update is going to be key for Ferrari in trying to solve the high-speed porpoising. The front wing update, according to reliable sources, will be a design inspired by the Mercedes and McLaren concepts that could be a potential breakthrough for the team in solving this high-speed bouncing issue. As for Hungary GP prospects, the SF24 has shown its superiority around high downforce, low-speed corner circuits. Hungary is akin to those characteristics, so we should expect Ferrari to be strong here by default. Next, let's focus on McLaren's upgrades. The Woking-based squad won't be introducing anything significant to Hungary. It will be minor track-specific high downforce parts. The aspect where the team will be working on most is to improve operational control, specifically around the team's race strategy. Lando Norris could have won the British GP if the team and Norris had chosen the correct set of tyres for the last stint. It was another missed opportunity among many others. So it's time for McLaren to sit down, analyse and improve this area if they want to really build up a championship battle. Finally, let's focus on Haas's upgrade. Haas enjoyed a stellar weekend at Silverstone. Nico Hülkenberg negotiated the tricky conditions very well and finished P6 yet again. The team introduced a significant upgrade package at Silverstone, parts revolving around the car's radiator inlet floor, diffuser, and engine cover. The most notable change was made to the radiator inlets. Haas has moved from the undercut to the overcut approach with its side pods, and the design looks similar to that of the McLaren MCL38. With the upgrades, the Haas looks very strong, both in the low and high-speed corners, at times matching sector times of the works Ferrari around the high-speed corners of Kopp's Maggots and Beckett's. The updated VF24 was only used by Hülkenberg, while Magnussen contested the entire British GP weekend with the old aerodynamic package. So the team is prepared to bring those new parts to Magnussen's car at Budapest. In terms of upgrades, the VF24, according to the team, has a deficit around medium-speed corners, for which upgrades are in the pipeline to appear after the summer break. So, with all these upgrades, are you excited for the Hungarian Grand Prix? We are very much into your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section down below. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our future uploads and keep yourselves up to date about the 2024 Formula 1 season.